Hello, boys and girls. Pearl of Wisdom here from B-Pow Pigs, as you can see up there. And today, I am going to be looking at the Anaheim Ducks. I'm going to be looking at all the teams, actually, their off-season moves and where they're going in the future, their projection for the future for next year and beyond, and some of the moves that the general managers have made and kind of give them a little bit of a grade. Before I do, though, bpalpicks.com, we're up 113 units in MLB. At $100 a play, that's $11,300 in 2.5 months. You might want to check it out. NHL last year, we were up over 400 units. The year before, over 600 units. Yeah, big time. So, this is going to be fun. I love talking hockey. Comment in this comment section if you disagree or agree or want to say anything you want to say about the Ducks or otherwise, because I love chatting hockey, baby. All right, the Anaheim Ducks made some interesting moves here. Pat Verbeek is their general manager. And last year I gave them a very low grade. I didn't like the moves of Frank Vatrano and Ryan Strome. I understood what he was planning on doing there, I believe. I think he wanted to sign Ryan and Frank Vatrano to trade them at the deadline. Unfortunately, as I said last year, I didn't think their performance was going to be able to allow them to do that, and now they're stuck with them. But this year, they go out and get somebody like Alex Killorn, who on the ice has regressed the last 2 years. He actually is pretty poor, had a very bad defensive year last year, and fairly average offensive driving year, although we did get points playing on Tampa Bay, as you can well imagine with that talent that they have there. That may be harder pressed to find here in Anaheim. However, I don't think that was the real reason. Anaheim last year had did not compete very well. Their compete level was low, and I think that bringing in a guy like Alex Killorn, who's won several cups with Tampa Bay and knows what it means to be a professional, to be able to win in the NHL, will be able to help these kids do that. And for that, I like the move. At $6.2 million till 2027, it's steep, but I get it. Adam Monaric is still there, still one of the better defensive wingers in the game. Trevor Zegras is actually very overrated right now. I mean, he's only 22 and he's going to improve, but he's not a number one center at the moment. And a lot of that, I believe, is what is the compete that I'm talking about. Plus, he's needing a contract. So that should be interesting. Troy Terry, pure offensive guy. Really needs to work on his defense still at the age of 25 as well. Teams like Vegas, almost all of their players are forwards, are good defensively. And that doesn't mean in the defensive zone, although it includes that. It means the overall game and how you position yourself all over the ice to prevent goals and still be able to score. And this team needs help that way. I think Alex Killorn can help. 2 years ago, he was very good. He's just regressed the last 2 years, but he has it in his mind what to do. And guys like Mason McTavish, who at 20 is not too bad defensively already, and I imagine getting better, will learn a lot from Alex Killorn. Ryan Strome, like I said, hopefully they can get more offensive production and be able to flip him for a draft pick this offseason or this trade deadline. Same as Frank Vatrano. He's a shoot-first guy. Doesn't really bring you much else but that. So then you got Isaac Lundestrom, who's a fantastic defensive player that could use help with his offense. Alex Killorn was a play driver one time in his career, and he'll probably be able to help him in that regard as well. Yeah, Jacob Silverberg, I get the feeling that he's kind of just playing out his contract, to tell you the honest truth. And maybe a guy like Killorn can pull him aside and say, hey, buddy, we're not done here yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go, buddy. Brock McGinn, very good defensive forward for a fourth liner. Sam Carrick, pretty much a place filler until some of the young guys come up like Pavel Regenda or Nestrenko, who are coming up through the minors. But he really is not an NHL player right now. And Max Jones, got better offensively and defensively last year. One of the few players out of all of these, and I wanted to mention, many of the players that I mentioned actually regressed quite a bit last year defensively under what's his name? Not Hines. I always screw up his name. Anyways, their coach from last year. It'll come Dallas Eakins. So with the new coach that they have now, who I am not all that aware of as far as Cronin. I know he's been in the AHL a long time. We could see all of these players play better defensively next year. And if that is the case, you might even see a surprise out of Anaheim. As far as the defensive is concerned, Radko Gudas was a fantastic pickup. He's one of the best shutdown defensemen in the league. And he's going to help guys like Colton White, who actually didn't play that bad last year at 26 years old. Jarkko Vekanainen, who hopefully will be able to stay out of the injury room. And, even Jamie Drysdale, who right now is still very raw and has a lot to improve on. That injury last year did not help him with his progression, but we'll see what happens there. It's still a very raw lineup. I did like the moves, though. I'm going to give Verbeek a B here. As far as how they're going for the future, if they can get some assets for Strome and Vetrano, they can get Zegras under a reasonable contract and Troy Terry. There's still a lot to look forward to here in Anaheim. And I like the way Pat Verbeek has identified a lot of players that are solid as far as character is concerned to help these kids learn what it means to be warriors. Alex Killorn certainly knows all about that, and so does Gudas. And I think that's really what's missing from young teams quite a bit. And before Pat Verbeek, I didn't see that being identified. Now I see it. As far as goaltending is concerned, John Gibson has said he's not going to be coming back to Anaheim. That is interesting. Are they going to be able to convince him? Lucas Dostal can't do it all, so they're going to have to find a goaltender. I think they're going to be better than they were last year, depending on what the goaltender is that they get. But even if not, overall, I just like, with more compete, more commitment, and more professionalism, I think just that alone will push them next year. I don't think they're going to be a playoff team, but a little bit easier to watch. All right, that's my full 42. I'll be looking at all the teams here in the summer. Hit the like button and comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think. I'm having a blast with it. Have a great day, everybody. Okay, bye.